everyone, and welcome to the Dragon Diary series. Okay, we are actually in episode 11. We only have one more to go, and then we move on to something else, right? For the new year. Or rather, in the Chinese zodiac, it moves on to something else in the new year. So, this is going to be, as I said, episode 11. We are talking about generosity. Okay, so this is a great one. Let me just get right in. I have all the cards right here underneath the cards for you to choose from. Pile 1 is a flower agate heart, and it's root vegetables, number 33. Pile 1. We're going to read this card at the end of the reading, okay? So pile 2 is a red tiger eye. Straw bale, number 37, could mean something to you, or number 10, okay? Pile 3, we have this goldstone heart, corn maze, number 8. So whatever crystal, whatever card, pile numbers calls to you, that is the one you should go to. And if you are called to more than one, that's all right. You can watch 2, you can watch 3. It's totally up to you. But let's leave you here to make your decision, and I'll see you in your pile. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this root vegetable card with the 33 on it. I'm setting it over here to the edge of the screen, I do believe, so we have room. I might be able to bring it into here. Or this flower agate crystal heart. We are going to get right into your reading. We are talking about generosity, right? Being happy to share your time, your resources, your money, your food, kindness, whatever it may be, to those in need or in need of it. But also, something interesting that Spirit had me do was look up generosity, and I'm like, yeah, I understand. It's so funny sometimes when you argue with them. I'm like, I understand what generosity is. But one of the first things I saw when I did generosity, the definition was I saw a quality, right? It's not something you are or you aren't. It's a quality. It's like honesty. It's like truthfulness. It's a quality that is a lot like unselfishness. So I just want to throw that out there so we can think of it in that way too. But let's get right into the cards, okay? I have the pre-made piles, as usual. I'm also going to be pulling live tarot and cards at the end. So let's get right into this. In what area of your life can you have more generosity? We have a Luminaire, the dragon, and we have 8 of Cups. Now, something interesting. Normally, I always read this card, I think, down in 3rd position. And for some reason, I switched up my 3rd and 1st. So I'm going to the book as I normally would for a Luminaire, because we want to find in what area of your life can you have more generosity, be more open and giving, okay? I want to say it like that, to be more open and giving. If you have picked a Luminaire today, hear his message. I illuminate what can't be seen, that which is hidden within you. Your truth needs to be seen and shared. You cannot hide behind your masks forever. Your shields of false protection don't serve you. Only truth has integrity and can stand the test of time. Do not fear this illumination. Truth is a liberating and powerful ally. Your fears lie with change, but open your heart and welcome it to your core, allowing the light to guide you forward. Okay. So it's almost like here, I want to say, with the Luminaire, see, it's why I read the book, because I don't know. I would automatically say, okay, a Luminaire, shining a light on something, yes. But it's about the truth. It's about shining a light on the truth. Is it shining a light on the truth of who you are, possibly here, pile 1? That could be, remember, these can be individual messages as well as all fit together. Because here's what I want to say, this 8 of Cups, this is Jon Snow when he's walking away from the wall. Remember, if you watch the show, he walked away because he finally knew what his true path, what his truth was. I'm going to say almost like what his destiny was. He knew what he needed to do and what he needed to go after. So I feel like for some of you, where can you be more generous in your life? It's with the truth. It's being willing to share the truth, not only with yourself, but I'm going to say with others as well, because having generosity is generosity in the most part to others, right? It's not being selfish and holding things to just yourself. It's sharing. So I want to start there. Let's look at what could be blocking you from shining the light on the truth. And that can come in many different areas of your life and in many different ways. Could it be sharing secrets? Could it be sharing your deepest, darkest desires that maybe, you've always wanted to be painting, or you've always wanted to, I'm seeing a stage. You've always wanted to maybe go to your local theater and perform in a play, the local theater plays, right? And everybody's like, really? You, the lumberjack guy? That does not seem like you, but it is a passion. It's a deep, dark desire. You've never shared that with anyone. And I just feel like it's a form of selfishness, not in you're keeping something from someone and it's not benefiting them, selfishness. It's just, it's not sharing that part of yourself that people should know about. So I'll leave it right there. Okay, let's see how the rest of this goes. So what could be blocking you from this? We have protection, finding what's important, and we have 3 of Cups. I almost feel here like, okay, it's about truthful, sharing the truth. It's almost like you are protecting yourself. Like I just said, the guy who, maybe is, the big, strong, burly guy, but he has a passion for dramatic plays or musicals even, okay? And he's like, I cannot share this with people. I cannot let that truth out. I mean, it's something I want to do. It's something that would make me happy, but people are just going to make fun of me and ridicule me. I feel like it's almost like he doesn't want to share it with his friends because he's afraid of their reaction. Okay? He's afraid of their reaction. So could this be with you? You don't want people to know some of the truths in your life because you're afraid of their reactions. Here, pile 1. You're afraid how they would take it. But guess what? They didn't like that Jon Snow was leaving them. They felt betrayed, but he went anyway. The other thing that I want to say here is I feel like you're right, you're protecting yourself from your friends. But I also just feel I need to say, I feel like you have 2 types of friends, or it could be family members, colleagues, whatever it is, okay? But I'm going friends here for the most part. I think you have 2 groups of friends. I think you have the friends that are your cheerleaders because they're all cheering. I think you have the friends that would protect your secrets, your truths. I feel like you have both. But I don't feel right at the moment like you know which group is which. You could have some that fall into both categories, yes, but for the most part, there's going to be your true confidants, the friends or friend or person that you can go to that you can tell the truth to, okay? And they're not going to say anything because you've told them stuff in the past and they haven't said a word. And then the ones that you've told things to in the past and they've told everyone, okay? That person that you told something to and they didn't tell, that's a confidant. That's someone you can go to and you trust them, okay? You know they're going to protect you. And then there's the people in your life who are very good friends as well, or acquaintances or colleagues or family members, but they're your cheerleaders, right? They're just the ones that it's fun to hang around with and spend time with and, have a glass of wine with or whatever it is. But they're not necessarily confidants. And we can have both types. That's what I feel the message is here. But you're blocking yourself because you don't know who's who, okay? The light needs to, you need to illuminate and figure out who's who. All right, let's continue on. This is a different kind of message, but I'm liking it. How can you be more open to truthfulness in your life? We have gratitude. You can see I flipped these. I did it and didn't even realize I did it until I was going to, get my book out for these cards. And I was like, well, hang on, this is in position 1. What am I doing? But I thought, you know what? I did it for a reason. Gratitude. I almost want to say with gratitude, it's like, it's being thankful, I feel here for you, that you have both types. You have the people you can tell your truths to, and then you have the people that are just there and they're going to support you, but they don't need to know the intimate details of everything. And you need to show gratitude for that. Maybe by showing gratitude, it will also help you to shine the light on who's who. That's just 9 of coins. It's like Khaleesi, okay? Or Daenerys. She knew who she could trust and she knew who she couldn't trust. And the people that she could trust, she treated very well and was very thankful for them. And the people that she couldn't, she was ruthless, okay? I'm not saying you need to be ruthless here, but I feel, and I'm going to read gratitude here. So let me just get gratitude, the dragon, and see what it has to say. Alongside love, gratitude is the highest form of energy. However, we make very little use of it, and even if we do happen to be grateful just for a second, we soon find ourselves complaining about some small annoyance. By doing so, we immediately find ourselves in an opposing energy. We are being ungrateful. Some people complain that they do not have enough money. This may well be true, but it immediately results in lowered energy. The same person might be grateful that they have so much free time, for example, or are healthy. There is always a reason to be thankful, and then you will vibrate on a higher level. And I want to say, when you're vibrating on a higher level, okay, your intuition will be stronger, right? Because it brings you closer to spirit, and your intuition will be stronger. And almost what I want to say here is you need to be thankful that you have both types of friends and not just one. And that for some reason in your life, and you're getting this message because you need to start being able to share your truth with people. You can't be untrusting, okay? You can't, I want to say selfishly, because it only hurts you, hold it all in. All right? You need to be generous with your truth and thankful that you have, according to spirit here, and I'm hoping you see this as you're hearing this message, pile 1, you have both types of people in your life. I'm going to call it your good time gals here, but the people you have fun with and have things in common with and do things with, and then you have your confidants. And they may be part of that too, but they're still your confidants. So I don't know. I'm going to say that there. Now, is there a current or upcoming situation, event, person, energy that is going to call for more of this truthfulness or challenge it in some way? We have Mother Mary, and I've had this card before because I was like, is it XCO or ZO? I don't know. But it says, extend the trust within you. Right? It's knowing who to trust and who not to trust, but you need to figure it out. So extend the trust within you to all things in existence, and it will set you free. Those who are free will always choose love. So there's also a theme of love here in some way for you, pile 1. Because love come up here. It's like love is another way of, what did it say? Is a form of gratitude and being thankful for what it is you have in your life. And for you, I feel this is all about the people. but it's almost like they're in two camps. You don't need to share this with them. You keep this to yourself, but it's like you just know. And you need to be thankful for that and ask Spirit to help you shine the light on who's who, because it will set you free. Because I feel like if you're selfishly holding back out of fear, okay, it's holding you back in so many different areas of your life. It's not allowing you to step away and be who you truly are. Like I said, you know, maybe you want to be in the town musical, right? Let me get this card, the Chariot. Okay, that's fast forward movement. Love that. But for me, the Chariot is also about having a plan and being clear. You just can't go into a chariot race willy-nilly. You need to have a plan. There's a lot of maneuvering and you know, race planning. Race car drivers have a plan. They just don't get in the car and drive, right? There's a plan. Sporting teams, they don't just go out and play. There's a plan, right? Like, I feel like you need to have a plan to figure out who is who and how that shows up in your life moving forward when you can start being your own self. Okay, a little bit different of a message, but I'm liking it. Okay, here, let's get another card for you just to see if how, you know, more advice, guidance, how it may tie in. All right. Oh, but what I want to say, sorry, I didn't answer the question we asked. An upcoming situation. Yeah, I really feel like you are going to be challenged with something that you need to tell someone something, okay? It's like, I always use business because I find business is the easiest way for everyone to understand. You own a business or you sell something and you want to add something else to your portfolio. Say, for example, you have a t-shirt company. Well, you now want to add hoodies. You want to go to the supplier and check it all out, the material, the pricing. You're going to have a business meeting with them. But you don't want everyone to know yet because it's not happening yet. And you just don't want everyone to know. You want to be able to launch it, say, as a surprise. But yet you don't want to go out of town and not let anyone know where you're going or why you're going to be away. I mean, if anything ever happened, you would want somebody to know where you were. I feel like that's the kind of situation, but here we are, because you're coming into pile one. Oh, geez, who do I tell that's not going to tell other people where it is I'm going and why I'm going there? I feel like that's why you have to have a plan and it needs to start now, okay? You have to start sharing with people. And that's why I feel it's important to be grateful that you have people in your life that you can share with, but you need to shine that light on who it is so that when this situation comes up, you know who it is that you can go to. You won't feel like the whole time you're gone, oh great, are they blabbing about this to other people? See, I feel like this whole reading is tying into this moment for you. It's important you start, and again, you're not really probably going out for business. Maybe some of you are, but in whatever area, it's like someone needs to know what's going on in your life. You need to share it with somebody, but you need to know that they are going to protect what's important to you. Earth and Water Dragon creates the foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. Well, that could be for what I was just talking about there. I like that. But I also feel in context to this reading, this is coming in and saying, look, this is a time for you to start doing things a different way. You're building the foundation. It's a foundation of trust, right? Knowing who you can trust for what in your life. And I feel like it is going to be a fresh start for you, right? It could even bring new opportunities for you because if you were willing to share, I've always wanted to be in the town musical. Maybe it's like every Christmas they do some sort of Christmas musical and you want to be part of it, right? It's like it could bring the opportunity for you to actually start doing stuff like that. Okay, let's leave that there. I want to look at the root vegetables before we get into more tarot. In those hidden places where most fear to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you to behold. It's bringing out what's being held down in. I feel like all of those truths that are down at your root, okay? They're down in, you're holding them down in that deep, dark place. It needs to be illuminated. Look, there's an owl. Make the wise choice to allow that stuff to come up so that you can share it with those that you feel would protect it and have your best interest at heart. Okay? It is not saying anything bad about your good time gal friends, okay? And it doesn't have to be gals, but I just rhyme, good time gals. It's a little, saying. But yeah, it doesn't mean they're bad people, no, but maybe they just all can't be trusted in, with your own private information. But you need to get to the root of who those people are in your life. And maybe it's caused problems for you in the past, and that's why you're a little, shy about it. 9 of Wands. Yeah, if this is a burden for you, like who can I trust? Who can I tell? I don't want to hold this stuff inside anymore. I want to be my own true self. I want to walk my path of truth here. You're getting close. You're almost at the 10 where you can lay that down, okay? And start sharing. I like that. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you just need to be confident in yourself. You need to be sure of yourself. Queen of Pentacles, you need to maybe even nurture yourself through this. But here's the thing. She's very sure about what it is that she's doing. This woman is very grounded. Again, root vegetable, like you think of the ground. She's very grounded, very sure. She likes to help to get to the heart of the matter or the root of the matter. Oh, and this card just came out. The High Priestess. Yeah, use your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. Don't let it be, it can't be a head over heart or a heart over head type of decision. You really need to have them both working together. It's like your logic and rational thoughts and mind working together with your intuition to figure out who these people are in your life. Okay? And how you move forward and what it is you want to share first. I think this is going to have to go in baby steps as well. Pile 1. Now, let's look. I have my favorite dragon cards here. And I just feel it gets you prepared for this time when there's something important. This one here wanted to fall, and I kind of caught it over here on my lap type of thing. Aspiration. Mountain pink is the actual butterfly. You can look that up. Large orange sulfur is the actual butterfly. You can look that up. And mountain pink is the flower here. It gives you both. So, aspiration. What are your aspirations, right? This is totally, I love this, how it's all coming in. There are things that you aspire to do, aspire to be, but you're holding yourself back. It's almost like being selfish with yourself again, okay? You need to be more generous and allow yourself to just be out there going with the flow. That's what the High Priestess is doing. She's outgoing with the flow, right? So's the Queen of Pentacles outgoing with the flow. So's Mother Mary. Oh, actually, I think it said go with the flow. Does it? No, it doesn't. I don't know where I saw go with the flow. Maybe it was in one of the things I read. But the important thing is, you need to. Now, here's the question you can ask yourself if you feel yourself getting off track. Who do I aspire to be and why? And I'm just also right here going to just point to a sentence, not looking, right here. It says aspiration is less about what you want to do than what you want for the self. Aspiration is less about what you want to do than what you want for the self. Attach yourself to bigger dreams and a personality that is more than who you are currently. And being able to share that with your friends, family, colleagues, whoever, okay? One last card for you here, pile 1. I'm loving this message for you. You need to be generous with yourself and by being truthful. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. I said you're almost to the 10 where you can lay those burdens down. So let go of the outcome. You will be released from the burden you carry. Okay, pile one, that is your message, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated. You may have found individual messages in here or that it all tied together into one for you. You take what resonates with you. Thank you so much. I will see you maybe in another pile or in one of my other readings. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2, this red tiger eye crystal, and this straw bale card, number 37 or number 10 may be important, but we're going to read this during the reading, okay? But we're going to get started with generosity, right? We know it's being happy to share your time, your resources, be it money, food, things, showing kindness to people in need, okay? It's also a quality, just like honesty, truthfulness, but it also can be a lot like unselfishness. And actually, Spirit had me look it up, and I was like, yeah, Spirit, no, I understand what generosity is. You know, we can argue sometimes. But it was like, no, look it up, right? So I did. And the first thing I saw was generosity is a quality. It is a quality that is a lot like unselfishness, right? Because you're being generous of whatever that is. I mentioned it just prior. So I love that. Let's keep that in mind as we go into this reading, pile 2, okay? So I'm going to be doing live tarot and oracles throughout and at the end. But first card out is Harmony. And I was saying in pile 1, when I created my piles, normally I use this deck as third position here. And for whatever reason, I mixed them up. Don't know why, didn't even realize it until after the piles were already formed and I was coming in to mark the book, because I know I always read for position 3 here with Harmony, right? And I thought, whoa, hang on, why is it up here? Oh, what did I do? And then I thought, no, you know what? I'm not going to redo these. I'm leaving it as is because it happened for a reason. With Harmony, we have the 3 of coins. Well, I love that. These two tie together right here. I'm still going to read for Harmony. But look, this is working well together with people, the 3 of coins. It's finding those people that are good at what they do. And for some of you, that may resonate, okay? Maybe you need to find in your life that person, those people that are good at what they do, because that's who you want to learn from. It's just going to be harmonious in some way. But let me read about Harmony from the book, okay? It is, Harmony is the first shy dragon that I met, and that is the author speaking here, right? She was peeking out at me from behind a huge curtain when she first appeared to me. She's a quiet and considered being, and is a lot less brash than some of the other dragons I have encountered. I asked her about her qualities, and she replied, I am the bringer of harmony, restorative on an interpersonal level and an outer global level. So if you are wrestling with a problem that you are unable to resolve, ask her to bring her beautiful, harmonious influences to the situation and guide you in any steps you may need to take. She's asking, what area of your life needs reviewing? What do you need to let go of? Is it judgment or old habits? What is it in your life that needs reharmonizing? I will assist you in taking those first steps, supporting you as you go. So, she says, the answers that you seek all lie within you. So sit quietly, ground yourself, be present, and reflect. Your inner knowing under my guidance will help bring answers to the surface for you. Tomorrow, she reminds us, is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. So, what area of your life can you have more generosity in? It's I feel, given the cards that come out here and what we've just read, it is all about seeking harmony with others, right? You can be, here's something interesting. You can be a very helpful person, right? You can share your time, your resources, your money, food, kindness, whatever it is to those in need. But are you a person who is harmonious in their life normally with other people? Or is it just the people in need, right? I feel like this is you sharing of yourself to those who aren't in need, okay? It's very interesting. You often hear, and I'm sure you have, about, these are going to be longer readings, just so you know, but I just want to say this. You know, the people and you're like, but they're so kind to everyone else, and then they come home and they're like a tyrant. There you go. I'm not saying you're a tyrant, pile two, but it just feels like there needs to be more harmony. And maybe it's even with the people that you work with, okay? Or that you spend a lot of time with, because this is work, right? They're building. But again, it can just be finding the right people in your life to help you with things. So multiple messages sometimes within a set of cards here. But let's find out what's keeping you from being more harmonious in your life, right? That generosity of not just with people in need, but with the others. What could be blocking it? Independence, carving your own path. Oh, here we go. Okay. The King of Swords. Oh my heavens, this card comes out more out of a 72 card deck, and I shuffle, guys. I shuffle, and that White Walker comes out each and every time. But here's what I feel. Okay, I'm going straight into the message here. I feel that you don't always like to work with other people, and that's why this is coming up. Maybe you need to work well with other people. Go to people who are good at what it is that you do to learn more from them. You're more of an independent. You like to carve your own path, and that's what's blocking you from being more harmonious in your life here. You are just under the belief, and the very strong belief, that I am right, I am clear, I know what it is that I want to do. I do not need help from other people in any way, shape, or form. I am the expert in this field. Now, again, you take this how it resonates in your life. You know right now, if you've come here, pile two, that there's something that you need to seek out help and guidance with, because you need to have more balance and harmony somewhere. But yet you are bound and determined to do it on your own. And this is Spirit coming to you saying, no, this is not a time. This is actually blocking you from what it is you want to achieve by trying to be too independent, too selfish, we could say, in a way, right? It's the energy around it. You are not being generous with yourself to go out and get the help that you need. This may serve you in some areas of your life, pile two, but it's not in the situation that may be going on right now for you. Okay? Or could be coming up shortly for you, all right? So how can you be more open to this? Because I really feel this is about you being generous with those who can help you. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but it's almost like, again, you will go out of your way to show kindness and generosity to those in need, but not yourself. But I feel like Spirit's saying to you, but you're in need of it, okay? You need to show this to yourself and get some help with whatever it is you're doing, okay? So how can you be more open to this in your life? We have loss, dragon. With the Knight of Coins. I'm going to read about lost dragon, but just look at this. It's like this unicorn. Lost dragon is very dark in the shadow back here, okay? But the unicorn, I know there's a name for this, horn, but I think it still has another name, is shining a light on it. And I don't know if you're liking this, right? But I feel like this is Spirit shining the light on this for you to say, you know what? You need to just take things slow and steady here, like the Knight of Coins. Good old steady Eddie. And isn't that Brienne of Toth? Is that who she is? Something like that. I can't remember her exact name, but she was just very steady, very calm. She just did what her job was, what she needed to do, and she did what was right. Now, let me go to loss in the book for you, okay? Because I just want to read and see what it might have to say. Okay, this is interesting. You are a dragon rider, a warrior of the light. You have been placed here on earth to fight for a better world. So in other words, you incarnated into this time, okay? We, the light-filled warriors of Lady Gaia, and the beings that live on earth love this world. We stand up for love and light because they are wonderful, and yet they could be lost. Deep within us, we have the knowledge that we are ready to connect once again with the power of dragons and unicorns. It is in our nature to protect and preserve. Be aware that our earth is a paradise to be reconquered with your help. Focus on what is valuable, on what could be lost, on love, on wonderful and divine creation, and on the natural world here on earth. Do whatever it is in your power to protect nature, including your own natural environment. We are who we are only because we have something to lose. We warriors of the light, the dragon riders, unicorn souls, sorcerers, and priestesses, we are the guardians of this world. Call your dragon and join with it in entering the service of love and peace and harmony. Okay. Yes. So, okay. You are here, whoever this is in pile 2, you are here to help make change. You are here to protect love and what's good about this earth, not all the darkness and the density that's happening. You are here to help change that. So, I'm almost feeling like what this harmony, and that requires you working with other people, that it's not just a solo mission, okay? So I'm loving how this is coming out now. I always say watch the readings from beginning to end, even when they're long, because there's going to be different messages in here. Someone needed to hear the first set. Somebody else needs to hear the second set of messages, okay? You need to learn how to work well with others. You need to learn to go to the other light workers, the other people who are doing good, and you need to join them. You tend to just go to the people in need, and that's wonderful. That's a wonderful, wonderful quality to have, right? Generosity. Wonderful. But there's some more to this. This is about you taking that slow and steady approach, one day at a time, one thing at a time. What can I help today? Can I change things by being a bright and shiny example, for example? So now that we know this, let's talk about, is there a current or upcoming situation, event, person, energy that's going to call out for more of this generosity or challenge you in some way? Oh, wow. We have Mother Earth, if we're not just talking about Earth here, and Vita, the dragon. All things are interconnected. Feel the deep peace and sense of connection that results from this knowledge. Understanding what your role here is. Okay? I love that. Let's look at the Page of Coins. All right. We have more coin. This is a very grounded energy, right? This is very much an energy of stability. What's important to keep the stability. We're very much talking about Earth here right now, helping the people on it in more than one way. I know that normally you like to carve an individual path, but now this is kind of coming to you, pile 2, and saying, we need you working with other people to help make this happen. We need you to be the Knight of Coins, Steady Eddie, and also the Page of Coins, who is going to develop their skills in a way to make things happen. Again, if we go back to the first set of messages, this would be developing skills that are going to the people that can help you develop skills, right? I love that, because somehow it's going to bring money to you. Right? I just feel it. Somehow it's going to bring money to you. So I love this because this message is everywhere. It's about the generosity of helping others, being generous and helping yourself, and being generous to Mother Earth. Right? I just, yeah, this is so very interesting. Let's get another card for you, because this is about manifesting. What do you want in your life? So if we're going back to you learning to do something for yourself that will be good here and maybe bringing some money in because of it, you know, that's a message. If we're talking about you all working together with other light beings on Earth to make Earth a better place, then that's what we're talking about, right? It's like there's no room here now to be an individual. We need to join together. It's like joining forces for the greater good, not just for the good of some. Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. Well, I love that. That may be a message for some of you, that you need to start using your intuition more. You need to start doing things, I love it, from your deepest soul wisdom. Your soul knows. It's your soul that's been your soul before you ever were born this time here on Earth, right? Deep down, it knows why it's here and what needs to be done. And pile 2, this is kind of a message for you. So I'm hoping that this is resonating in some way. We're going to get some more tarot here in a minute, but let's look at the straw bale card. I said number 37 or number 10 could be important to you. It's time you step out of your comfort zone, take up space, and reach new heights. Right? Receive knowledge from your soul, right? It's time you step out of your comfort zone, which may be the soul solitary person out doing good, for a person here, a person there. And now you're going to step out and start doing it with other people for the collective. Oh, I like that. And you'll reach new heights because of it. If we're talking about this is something for you on a personal level where you need to work with other people somehow to make things better for yourself, where you just can't be all independent and think you can do it all on your own, again, it will help you reach new heights. So I like that. Let's get some tarot now. Let's get some more tarot here. Oh, I'm really, really liking this message for you. For example, I feel I fall into that category of people who are out here as a light worker. You know, I'm doing this. I do this as a business. I do many other things in my business as well, right? I do mediumship. I do astrology readings. I do plenty of other different things. But I also do tarot readings and stuff like that too. That's my business. This is what I do free of charge to help people, right? So, I feel like this is me. I'm just going to take all 3 just like this. I normally don't, but there's just something saying, pull them out. Here we go. Here we go. There's a reason for that too. Here it is. You need to, 1, look at whatever this situation is for you in your life. You need to look at it from every angle, okay? If you need to take a little time out, a little suspension, you need to take time out, you need to look at it, you need to get enlightened about it, whatever it is. In that enlightenment, you're going to come up with a plan on, okay, if I'm heading out there to now work on this as a whole, where do I find these people? How do I find the other people? I feel like if you talk to Spirit, God, Source, Universe, the dragons, whomever, to help you find these other people that you have something in common with, that you would share a common goal in helping with, they will bring and guide those people to you, right? Because they're out looking as well. So don't be afraid to ask Spirit to guide them to you, and you have a plan. You have a plan. If this is about you bettering yourself in some way, you make a plan and then you go after the plan, slow and steady here. We then have the Nine of Cups. I feel this is Spirit telling you right here, pile 2, you have no idea the fulfillment in all areas of your life that you are going to feel by moving from someone who maybe was very generous with those in need, specifically, to helping on a larger platform in some way. The emotional balance and stability and joy and happiness that it will bring to you, I think is something like you would never, with the Nine of Cups here, quite felt before, to be honest. I feel like it's something that would be very, very good for you. The Nine of Cups. You're practically to the 10, which is like total joy and fulfillment. Like, this is kind of, though, more of a this is more like a personal, that's just what I'm saying. More of a personal, like, this is going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable how you are going to feel. So I'm loving that. Now, you know I'm going next to my, I call it the butterfly and planter flower cards, my favorites, because there's something in the book always that, and it's like a sentence or a question that as you're working through this, trusting your intuition as well. I almost feel like this is kind of like a separate message, but you know, it certainly ties into this, because if you allow your intuition to lead you in life along with, you know, your logical and rational thoughts, look, you will make good decisions. You just will. Now, this card I love because they're so pretty, and it is a real, like a real life butterfly. The black veined white, you might want to look that up, but see how it's a butterfly dragon here, but the black veined white is an actual butterfly. Maybe look that up. The word is hope, and the plant is hawthorn. Maybe that means something to you, okay? But it's with the hope. The first thing I just want to say, it's like having hope for the future of planet Earth, the people here, the earth itself. It's having hope that it can become better. Okay, but let's read here what hope has to say. The question, in what ways do I carry hope in my heart? So what's my soul telling me here? What soul knowledge do I have enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom? What are my hopes and wishes for this? And what it is that I want to do? If you feel yourself faltering, go back and ask yourself this question. Watch this reading. I'm also just going to do this, and wherever my finger stops, at the bottom, so I'm going to go up a sentence. Hold the knowledge in your heart that you will reach your goal and the world will be better for it. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, love that. One last card before we go, pile 2. That was a great message. We're talking about making the world a better place, and that comes up. Do not look for validation in others. Be uniquely you and follow your own path. Okay? You have something unique to bring to this. You are going to work with other people. It has to happen in some way. You can't be the individual, okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't be uniquely yourself. That doesn't mean that you're going to be running around in this group going, oh, am I okay? Am I doing this? You don't need to do all of that. No, that's not the point here. And you don't give up your own uniqueness just because you aren't doing it individually on your own. So that is your message, pile 2. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please check out the other piles if you want to. If not, I will see you in one of my other readings. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this goldstone heart crystal, okay? And this corn maze card, or the number 8. I'm going to read this into the reading as we go. But let's get right into this. We're talking about generosity, pile 3. And, you know, we know generosity is about, you know, wanting to share, being happy to share, willing to share what it is that you have, your time, your your finances, your money, your food, kindness, whatever it is that you can give to people in need, okay? But here's the funny thing, and I've been telling each pile this because I don't want anyone to be left out. Generosity. Okay, I understand what that meant, but Spirit's like, no, you need to Google the definition. And I'm like, no, I understand. And they're like, no, you need to Google it. I call it when we argue with each other. So I look it up, and one of the first things that I read was generosity is a quality, like, honesty or truthfulness or whatever it may be. It's a quality that is a lot like unselfishness, which makes sense because if you're out giving to people in need, you're not being selfish, right? It would be unselfish to do those things. So I loved that. And I see as I've been doing pile 1 and 2, how that's been tying in. How they give messages sometimes, I'm always amazed by it. But even if it means I need to Google something that I think I already know, right? But let's get right into the reading. I'm doing Oracle and Tarot. I'm going to do more Oracle and Tarot throughout the reading and at the end. So pile 3. In what area of your life can you have more generosity? Okay. Lord Cthulhu. Now this brings me to the second part of this. I normally have this in position 3 here, and for whatever reason, when I made the piles last night, I mixed it up and put this as first card, and I only realized it after all 3 piles were made, and I was going in to bookmark, because I always would read, I call it the third card, right? Because there's always something great in the book about it. Well, I was not just about, but I was like, well, do I go back and do it? And it was like, no, keep it as it is. So I'm reading from both. And I think I did that early on in my Dragon Energy readings, like my Dragon Guide readings, maybe even in the beginning of the Dragon Diary series readings. But anyhow, I just wanted you to be aware of that. So 8 of Coins. So Lord Cthulhu and the 8 of Coins. This is working hard at something, right? This is like putting the work in, being willing to dedicate yourself to something, whatever it is. But let me go to the book here for Lord Cthulhu and see what this card is. When Lord Cthulhu first arrived, this is the woman who made the cards in the book here. He lost no time informing me who he was. I am a dragon elder and spokesdragon for the Galactic Council. He went on to say, if you desire to be able to hold the energies of the 5th to 7th dimensions, because here on Earth we're in third dimension energy, okay? Because it's heavy and dense. You need to be clear of all your earthly woes and fears and your deep need for control. Your light bodies need to be in alignment with those of the earth and the astrological light matrix. Only then will you become a tool and a tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together to do this work, the greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to earth. He also went on to say, we have come, the dragons and him, with their energy here now at this time, because lasting peace on Earth is achievable. There are other galaxies beyond your human understanding at this time where it has happened. We dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity in all its guises through the ages. You are the change. So where do you need to be unselfish? Show more generosity? It's with the fact that we are here now, all of us. Everyone on Earth here now is here on Earth now for their lifetime, during this time, for a reason, okay? We are here to help bring peace to the Earth. Things are a little chaotic. I don't need to tell you that. You can see it in the day-to-day. Like just all the stuff going on. I mean, sometimes you have to turn off the TV, but you just shake your head and you're like, what happened? Where did we go wrong? Where did the right turn happen that everything just kind of went a little crazy? And not every area of life, but certainly some. And, everybody's very combative. How many wars do we have going on right now in the world? I don't want to get too much into that, but just think about that. Like, even in politics, like everybody, like, I mean, people always disagreed, but I mean, now it is like tribal, you know, almost vicious. And there needs to be peace brought back, or you know what? Look, things will not be good. So that is why this energy is coming up in your reading, pile 3, because somehow this is you working hard to help achieve this. Now, does this mean you're going out and you know, somewhere big? Maybe. Does this mean you're just doing it for your own self, within your own family, friend group, whatever? Quite possibly, right? We just all do it in our own little way. I was saying in one of the other piles, I do these readings free of charge on YouTube, and I'm not a monetized channel, okay? I'm way too small, and I would like to grow, but with that growth, I not only need subscribers, I need watch hours, and that's not happening right now. Maybe eventually, great. But the point is, I do it aside to my business, because this is me giving back. This is me trying to help people to see we need to make changes in our lives. We need to be better people. For some of us, it could be, you know, hints about what it is that we're meant to do. It can just be advice and guidance, right? It can actually help you with current situations and what you're going through. You know, I have my paid business over here, astrology, mediumship, readings, that stuff. But I do this as part of my I need to help, and I can reach a larger audience, right? And that's why I always want to grow my channel, because I want to reach a larger audience. Okay, so I feel like this is you. Somehow you need to work hard to reach, maybe not necessarily a larger audience, but it's almost going to be here. You're going to show or lead by example. You're going to work hard in your life to be that person, that peaceful, harmony, balanced, let's all get along type of person. Let's just keep this in simple terms. But you're going to have to work hard at that so that other people see it and you are leading by example. You don't even know who you might be touching when you take on the attribute of generosity or of peacefulness or harmony in your life. You don't know who you could be reaching, right? So who may see it, witness it, and go, I just need to be a better person all around. Okay, what could be holding you back from this? Yourself. The self. I like that. Hang on. The Queen of Cups. Okay, this is very interesting. What I feel here with this is you're holding yourself, this is very fiery, okay? You're holding yourself back because you don't feel powerful enough yet to step out and do this. It's kind of like putting the hard work in, right? It's, if you're a novice, if you've just started doing something and you're like, well, I'm not feeling quite confident that I'm good enough at this yet. It's almost that kind of feeling, right? Like you're holding yourself back due to a lack of confidence. You're gathering your power up here, I feel, because you want to get past it, but it's almost like, I want to call it, with the Queen of Cups, she's very emotionally balanced and in flow. But here I feel that you're not. You're a little bit all over the place because you're not quite sure. Like, I don't feel that balance. I don't know if I'm good enough yet. Right? Like, who am I, for example, to think that, you know, I'm going to make a change in the world when it comes to peace and harmony, etc. We all can a little bit of a time just by putting in some hard work. Again, it doesn't have to be on a grand scale, but I feel like you're just really on an emotional level unsure. But what I still like about this card, though, is, I mean, I think that's what's blocking you. You're just unsure of yourself, right? But what I want to say, this is a very fiery card, all right? This is like a super fiery card. I feel you have it. You just don't believe it yet. Okay, so how can you be more open to this in your life? We have dormant aspects. Look, it's like she's laying here asleep. It's dormant, right? And the dragon over her. I can't wait. I'm reading about this card too because you know what? I used to do it. I'm going back to it. And the Four of Swords. Okay, let's read about dormant aspects. Ready? We all have important light-filled aspects of ourselves that lie dormant within us. Now is the time to awaken one of these. If you draw this card, the Violet Dragon wishes to help you awaken this particular part of you. So try to sense deep in your heart which aspect wants to awaken. I said, here's the thing, it may be lying dormant, but it is a fiery passion underneath it being dormant right now, okay? Oh, I like this. Close your eyes and sense the part of you that stirs, your inner financial advisor, perhaps, who wishes to bring you to a place of abundance, or your inner healer, your inner artist, or inner child. Take a moment to sense what is in your heart. What are you fired up about, right? When you have recognized what is there, then you will be able to move forward. So, this is what I want to say. You can lay there. Look, she's asleep, he's asleep. You can lay there asleep, or you can get passionate and fired up about this, and you go within and you say, okay, I know that I can help light things up in my own little way, maybe in a very big way. You know what? You discover as you go. Look, I discover more about myself as I learn and grow, right? And we all do. So, but let's start with just 3 little lights, okay? I'm seeing here. Let's just start with those. You need to get fired up. You need whatever it is that fires you up on an emotional, passionate level. That's what it is that you can do. I want you to think of it like that. And it's sharing of yourself in some way. Okay, let's go to something currently. Is there a current or upcoming situation, event, person, energy that's going to call for more of this or challenge you in some way? And we have Venus and Diome Chanain. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The beauty of love lies in its wildness. Be daring and embark upon journeys with your dragon. That's like get out there and do it. I'm going to get into the current situation though. With the Star, look, it's time for you to light things up. It's time for you to shine. Okay, this is your message, pile 3. It's time for you to shine this light of peace and balance and harmony and good doing out into the world. It is now. We're talking right now, current event or upcoming event, situation, person, energy that may challenge this. Okay. Someone is going to ask you to step up. Someone is going to ask you to step up and do something that you normally wouldn't do. Okay? And I don't mean it necessarily in this area, okay? It's just going to be in general. They're going to ask you to step up and do or participate in something that you normally wouldn't. And why wouldn't you normally do it? Because you maybe don't feel like, oh, again, it's this, I can't do that. I mean, please, that's not something I can do. This is like going to be like a test for you to step out of your comfort zone, okay? For you to go, you know what? I need to be daring and bold here and give this a try. I feel that if you're able to do that, it's going to help you move to this in some way. Because by you doing this, it's going to light something up within you, which I feel is confidence and courage, okay? To step out and do some of these things that you normally wouldn't do. To be the shining light to others. I feel it's going to be something like that. Someone's going to ask you, that's how you'll know. They're going to ask you to do something, participate in something where you normally would be like, absolutely not. For example, to play in a weekend softball tournament. they know that you're somewhat physically active, for example, and they know that you do other sports, and they know that you can hit a ball and catch a ball, but you don't normally play in the beer league. But they want you to step in. The reason you don't play in the beer league is because you don't feel you're good enough to do that, okay? But your friend really needs you to step in, okay? And you're like, oh, no, I can't play in a real tournament. Like, absolutely not. That's just, those people play every week. They're far more advanced than me. I haven't played like that in years, and like since I was a kid. All right. But you have the skill for it. You just don't feel confident in it. It will be something like that. For example, they're going to ask you to do something that you're like, I don't think so. Not feeling real confident in my ability or skill for that, right? This is feeling confident. This is putting in the work to build the confidence, but I feel like here you're gonna have to maybe take a little downtime to figure out what that dormant aspect is, or what it is that you're fired up and passionate about, and then you move forward. But I feel again like this is somehow going to give you the confidence to do all of this. It's going to shine the light on you, right? You're going to be like, oh, okay, no, I am capable. You're going to realize when you step out and play in that softball tournament that you actually got the most valuable player for your team because of a few great plays you made, right? Like you're just going to be like, wow, I didn't expect that kind of light to shine or recognition. And that's going to give you the courage to move forward. Okay, let's get another card. Sorry, these are a bit longer, but stick with me because it's amazing how these messages do shift and change, okay? As we move through it, something else will pop in. Gold-crested dragon brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. We're talking about raising the vibration here on earth. It said, you are someone who can help. This is a third dimensional energy here, heavy and dark at times on earth. We need to get ourselves up into that fifth and seventh. We need to rise up. We enlighten ourselves, we learn, we become, right? I feel like that's what this is telling you. Now, I want to look at corn maze. Number 8 could mean something. Although your path is unclear, it is there waiting for your faith to lead you. Unfriggin' believable, okay? Right? Look, fiery, it's there. It's just dormant right now, okay? It's just dormant. It's like you're going through a maze, unsure right now. Like, I don't know what this is, but this real life situation, I want to call it, this whatever's going to come up, and I feel like it's within a few weeks, but it can go out to 3 months. I always like to say that. Something's going to come up, and you're no longer going to feel like you're lost in the corn maze. You're going to finally realize what that dormant aspect is and how you're going to use it and become confident with it. All right, I love that. Let's get some tarot here for further advice, guidance, clarification, whatever it may be. The 5 of Swords. Love that. Okay. Oh, this one. The Devil. Love that. And the 9 of Pentacles. Love that. I'm going to start with the 9 of Pentacles because I want you to hear this first. This is you succeeding. Okay? This is you. From the 8, you go to the 9. You're going to succeed in whatever it is that you end up doing here, okay? You are going to succeed. What you need to do first is, the feeling of, well, I don't know, I'm not very good at X, Y, or Z. That is like a devil energy that keeps you chained and trapped to a belief that you're not good at anything or good enough at certain things. That's devil energy. That's what this devil card is, right? It's just a belief that you're not good enough. But here's the thing. You can break free. You don't have to stand there by the flames. You can walk away. You can walk away. Walking away is going to be the situation I feel that's going to come up and challenge you just for that reason, to show you you don't have to believe it of yourself like this. You don't need to be trapped in that belief system of yourself. Pile 3. And the 5 of Swords is, normally I always feel the 5 of Swords is like you will do anything selfishly to win. Okay? You don't care whose feelings you hurt. You don't care how it happens. It's like, I want to win at this, and I'm going to win. I'm going to steal all of these swords. And not even steal them. I'm going to fight you for them. I feel this card is here to say, have that energy, but not in that negative way. You have this energy for yourself. I'm going to fight at all costs to find out what this dormant aspect is, why it is that I feel like I'm not good enough or lack certain skill, whatever it is. I need to fight for that like my life depended on it. That's what I want to say. Really liking that. Now, we have a couple more oracles here. Let me go to my favorite deck. You will know it's the one that has the butterfly and a flower or plant. And it is a real life butterfly. Okay, so you can look it up. It may mean something to you, as well as the plant. But in the book, I always just randomly go to a sentence or two. And there's usually a sentence or two, sometimes a question, that while you're working on this, just to give you maybe encouragement or advice or guidance, or just to keep you, I say, on the straight and narrow. Ambition. Love it. The hollyhock is the plant, the flower, and the painted lady is the butterfly. And this is a dragon butterfly in these cards. I've been in love with these cards since the time I saw them on a reading from someone else years ago. So, ambition. Yeah. You need to be ambitious about this, right? Putting the hard work in, figuring out what it is, fighting, okay, like your life depended on it, to get that confidence and courage back, to figure out what's lying dormant inside you that can help you here with building peace and harmony, being that example to the world, okay? Now let's just go to the book and see what it says about ambition. 2 questions. What do I want to achieve that is bigger than what I am doing now? Question number 1. Question number 2. What could I do with my life that would make me want to jump out of bed every day? Okay, the other thing I do is I just go here, I'm not looking, and I stop. It says, if I go right here, meditate on what you might be striving for. Start looking for steps or opportunities that will help you achieve your life goals. Back to here, the 4 of Swords is getting clear. It's taking a time out and getting clear, right? It's clear in thought, clear in action. All right. This is, we said about dormant aspects, but here with the clear mind, thoughts, action. What is it that you want to do? How can you take the steps? So I love that message for you. Let's get one last card for you, pile 3, before it's time to go. I hope that you enjoyed these messages. If you want to go check out another pile, please do, or go to some of my other readings. You can do that too. Cut away dense energy. We talked about this. Earth is 3rd. We're talking about this, right? Rising up to a higher dimensional energy. The earth is dense in 3rd dimension energy. Cut away dense energy that holds you back from your goals. Trust in the process of divine timing. I feel like that's just a little, well, very self-explanatory, but also the divine timing. Always recognize that Spirit's timing and our timing are 2 different things. Only here on Earth do we have time by a clock and everything set to it, and we do everything to it. Spirit's time is when the time is right. Okay, you're hearing this message today, pile 3, because the time is right. When you go to Spirit, to the dragon energy, whomever it is for you, God, source, universe, your ancestors, gods, goddesses, again, whoever it is for you, your angels, then you speak to them and have them show you. okay, through signs, synchronicities, however it is that you can receive that information for when the time is right to move from one to the other to the other. But I do feel that the divine timing, when this situation comes up that's going to ask you to do something that you normally would say no to, is kind of a, all right, it's time to kick this off. Let's get going. Okay, so those are your messages again. I hope that you enjoyed them, and I will see you in another reading.